वनचारी जय यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण प्रभु.
हरे कृष्ण. ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनश्लाघया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललितां श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च. हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगल्पदे गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमस्तुते. तप्तकाञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी ऋषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने. नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 4, transcendent knowledge. We are on to verses 25, 26 and 27. 3 verses we are taking. So verse 25. Devameva pare yajnam yogina paripasade brahmagno pare yajnam yajnena ivo bhujahari. Devameva pare yajnam yoginaha paripasade brahmagno pare yajnam yajnena ivo bhujahari. Devameva pare yajnam yoginaha paripasade ब्रह्माग्नो परे यज्ञं यज्ञेवो बहुजुह्वति. Right. रेणुका माता जी.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. देवमेवापरे यज्ञं योगिनः पर्युपासते ब्रह्मज्ञानावपरे यज्ञं
यज्ञेनैवो उपजुह्वति
हरे कृष्ण.
हरे कृष्ण. स्निग्धा जी.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. देवमेवापरे यज्ञं योगिनः पर्युपासते ब्रह्मज्ञावपरे यज्ञं यज्ञेनैव पजुह्यति. हरे कृष्ण प्रभु.
Hare Krishna. Right. Vanamali.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
देवमेवापरे यज्ञं योगिना पर्युपासते ब्रह्माज्ञावपरे यज्ञं यज्ञेनैवोपजुह्वति.
Right. Right. Okay. Rekamaji.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. दैवम् इव परे यज्ञं योगिनः पारिपाषते ब्रह्माग्नो अपरे यज्ञं यज्ञेन इव उपजुह्वति. हरे कृष्ण प्रभु.
Right. Rekamaji, you can read the translation.
Some yogis perfectly worship the demigods by offering different sacrifices to them, and some of them offer sacrifices in the fire of the Supreme Brahman. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Right. Verse 26. Shrota adinindriyananye samyamagnisho juhvadi shabdadin vishayananya indriyagnisho juhvadi. Shrota adinindriyanye samyamagnisho juhvadi shabdadin vishayananya indriyagnisho juhvadi. Shrota adinindriyananye samyamagnisho juhvadi shabdadin vishayananya juhvadi. Right. Anamali.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
श्रोत्रादीनिन्द्रियाण्यन्ये संयमाग्निषु जुह्वति शब्दादीन् विषयानन्या इन्द्रियाग्निषु जुह्वति.
Okay. Right. Rekamaji.
श्रोत्राद्यानिन्द्रियाणन्ये संयम्याग्निषु जुह्वति सप्तादीन् विषयानन्ये इन्द्रियाणग्निषु जुह्वति. हरे कृष्ण.
Shabdadin vishayananya indriyagnishu juhvati.
अन्य इन्द्रियाणग्निषु जुह्वति. हरे कृष्ण.
Okay, right. Rekamaji.
श्रोत्रादीनिन्द्रियाण्यन्ये संयमाग्निषु जुह्वति शब्दादीन् विषयान्य
Shabdadin vishayananya indriyagnishu juhvati.
शब्दादीन्
Vishayan. Shabdadin vishayananya
विषयान्य इन्द्रियान् अग्निषु जुह्वति.
Okay, right. Snigdhamaji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु. श्रोतादीनीन्द्रियाण्यन्ये संयमाग्निषु जुह्वति शब्दादीन् विषयानन्य
Shabdadin vishayananya
शब्दादीन् विषयानन्ये इन्द्रियाग्निषु जुह्यति.
Okay,
Hare
right. You
Krishna.
can read the translation also.
Yes, Prabhuji. Some of them sacrifice the hearing process and the senses in the fire of the controlled mind, and others sacrifice the objects of the senses, such as sound, in the fire of sacrifice. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Okay, right. Verse 27. Sarvani indriya karmani prana karmani chabare atma samyamo gagno atma samyama yogagno juhvadi jnana deepide. Sarvani indriya karmani prana karmani chabare atma samyamya yogagno juhvadi jnana deepide. Sarvani indriya karmani prana karmani chapare atma samyama yogagno juhari jnana deepide. Right. Rekha Mataji.
Sarvani indriya karmani prana karmani chapare atma samyamya yogagno juvati jnana deepite. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Okay. Renuka Mataji.
Sarvani indriya karmani prana karmani chapare atma samyam yoga
Atma samyama yogagno. Atma samyama yogagno.
Yogagno Jupati Jnana Dipite.
Right. Vanamali.
Hare Krishna. Sarvani indriya karmani prana karmani chapare atma samyama yogagno juhati
Jnana Dipite.
Okay, Snigdhamaji.
jnana deepite. Hare Krishna.
Right.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Sarvani indriya karmani prana karmani cha pare atma sanyama yogagno juyati jnana deepite. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Rekha Mataji can read the translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Those who are interested in the self-realization in terms of mind and senses, sense control, offer the functions of all the senses as well as the vital force breathe as operation into the fire of the control mind. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Right. Devama pare yajnam yoginaha parivasade brahmagno pare yajnam yajnena evo pujuhadi. Some yogis perfectly worship the demigods by offering different sacrifices to them, and some of them offer sacrifices in the fire of the Supreme Brahman. So, in the last section, we have seen how Nishkama Karma manifests jnana, full absolute jnana. In verses 23 and 24, how the person who is practicing Nishkama Karma attains jnana and becomes self-realized. In 23 can see Gata Sangasya Yukta Muktasya Jnana Avastya Chedasaha Yajna Yacharada Karma Samagram Praviliyade. Once you are free from the tight knots of the gunas, the three material modes of nature, and you have become situated in your Surupa, Jnana Avastita Chedasa. Jnana means that we are eternal parts of Krishna, part and parcel of Krishna. That knowledge, when it is manifested in your heart, then all our yajnas, all our work will be in divine only. Samagram Paviliyade, in transcendence, because it be entirely done for benefit of Krishna. And that Samagram Praviliyade is defined as Brahma Karma Samadhina in the next verse. Brahma Karma Samadhina. All the work are all for Brahma only, and Brahma is the Supreme Brahman is Krishna only. So all when you are in the material world, you are finding so many articles, objects which are material in nature. And when you are using these objects or materials for the benefit of Krishna, then it becomes spiritualized. So the difference between matter and spirit is that both matter and spirit, both are energies of Krishna. The difference is that matter always changes. There is a transformation of matter. And matter transforms, and when it is viewed as a material thing, there is something for our purpose, for our benefit or enjoyment, then that object, whatever it is, becomes material. It can be some ghee, can be butter, it can be a car, can be a mobile, whatever is there, which you are using for the purpose of your sense gratification, then that is material. When the same objects are used for in service of Krishna, then it becomes spiritual. So Brahma, as we have seen, is divided into three. Brahma, the 24 elements, Prakriti is Brahma, the soul is Brahma, and Krishna is also known as Brahma. But factually, only Krishna is Brahma. So when a person, a conditioned soul, who is eager to be liberated, mumukshu, he is using everything in his possession for the satisfaction of Krishna. So Brahmatmanam Brahmahavir Brahmagno Brahmanahudam. The person, the material things, everything has become spiritual nature, and the result is spiritual. Brahmeva tena gandavyam. You become self-realized. So this is a case of a pure devotee who is fully in Krishna consciousness. Now there are other spiritualists who are not fully complete devotees, or who is completely in Krishna consciousness. They are also doing some yajnas for their upliftment. So who are those devotees? Who are those persons who are trying their best and trying to elevate themselves? Is given in verses 25 to 33. How the yajnas ultimately culminate in knowledge. How the yajnas finally culminate in knowledge is given in verses 25 to 33, and 9 verses. So verses yajnas are basically divided into two. One is Dravyamaya, another is Jnanamaya. Dravyamaya is yajnas conducted or sacrifices made with your possession, material possession, with the sacrifice your material possessions. And Jnanamaya is sacrifice for attainment of jnana, using everything, your time, everything for acquisition of jnana. Again, yajnas, basically it is meant for satisfaction of Krishna only. Krishna or Vishnu. The name yajna actually means yajna Vishnu eva. Yajna actually means Vishnu only. Yajna is a Vishnu. Yajna actually means Vishnu only. So all the activities should be dovetailed to satisfaction of Krishna or Vishnu. So that is a direct way of satisfaction. And other yajnas ultimately satisfies Krishna or Vishnu only. Like you have seen that rains, they pour down from the sky, they reach the mountains, and from mountains they flow down to land, and then it flow down to rivers, and rivers finally ultimately flow down to the sea. So like that way, all the yajnas ultimate, although it may be made for satisfaction of demigods or Brahman or so many other mediums, ultimately it reaches Krishna only. But that is an indirect worship. Superficially, when you are making a sacrifice for the benefit of demigods, you may think that yajna is meant for the service of demigods like Indra, Chandra, Surya, Ganesha, Kartikeya, Devi, Brahma, Shiva, so many demigods are there. But ultimately it is meant for Krishna only. But that is an indirect way. Better way is directly worship Krishna. So that is what the devotees are doing. Now in this verse, there are two mentioning of two types of spiritualists. One is a person who is worshipping the demigods. They are called Bahu Ishwaravadi. Bahu Ishwara. Bahu Ishwara means actually English it's pantheism. The Bahu Ishwaravadi means they feel that all demigods are equal only. They are all on the same platform. So that is a philosophy of Bahu Ishwaravadism, pantheism. But we know that this pantheism is wrong thing, because when you are equating Narayana, Krishna with Shiva or Brahma, that person ultimately becomes, when atheist is given in Padma Purana. Yestu Narayana Devam Brahma Rudradi Devade Samatvena Yavisheda Sapashandi Bhavedruam. So it is not correct to equate demigods with Krishna. But in the pantheism, in this philosophy, where they see that all the demigods are equal only, worship of any demigod will yield the same result. Some philosophers, Ramakrishna Mata and all that, they say that all these roads lead to same thing, destination only. Roads may be different, but destinations are same only. But ultimately, we know that in 9th chapter, it is very clearly given. Devan Devayodo Yandi Pudru Yandi Pudru, that is given is there. Those who are worshipping Devas, they go to planets of the Devas. Those who are worshipping Pidrugana, they go to the Pidrus. And those who are worshipping me or Buddha, Buddhas or Predas, they go to their planets. And those who are worshipping me come to me only. Yandi Devavrada Devan, Pidri Yandi Pidrivradaha, Budani Yandi Budejya, Yandi Madhyajino Bimam. So, verse 25. So, different types of worship yield different results. All worships do not yield one result. So, the demigods worshippers, they think that they worship demigods, the same result can be obtained by worshipping Krishna or any other, which is wrong. But anyway, they are doing that, and ultimately they are trying to elevate themselves, and they sacrifice all their material possessions. So material possession is something that objects which are oblated, is put into fire, and in this case the fire is the demigods. So you can see from the verse that Devamapare Yajnam Yoginha Paribhasade. So here demigods are the fire, the yajna, and the material possessions, something that is your offering. What is offered is material possessions into the fire of the demigods. Basically, you can say these are karmis who are interested in elevating themselves to higher planets and enjoying life there. So that is their mode of sacrifice or yajna. And other persons who are interested in jnana, who wants a Brahman realization, they consider Brahman to be supreme, the impersonal aspect of Krishna, which is called Brahman. They consider Brahman to supreme, and they consider Brahman as yajna, and their knowledge and their time, everything they have, the consciousness, everything they put into the Brahman realization. So here the fire is Brahman, and the offering is themselves, their time, their consciousness, their knowledge, everything is being offered into the fire of Brahman. So the fruity workers sacrifice their material possessions for material enjoyment, whereas the impersonal sacrifice their material designations, the view to merge into existence supreme. The material designations are there for everybody. One may be a doctor, one may be a lawyer, one may be a man, one may be a woman. So many material designations we are there. All these material designations, they sacrifice into the fire of Brahman and attain oneness in the Brahma Jyoti. That is the ultimate aim. But people who are in Krishna consciousness like Arjuna, they sacrifice everything, or they offer everything for satisfaction of Krishna, but they don't sacrifice their individuality. They retain the individuality because individuality is required for service. You have to maintain or retain your individuality because service is eternal. Krishna always wants service. He was an enjoyer. And whether you are on the material planets or you are in the spiritual planets, the activity is the same. So, because we have seen that it's Sanatana, the parts are part and parts of Krishna are Sanatana. Eternally, we are parts eternal, and we are not going to merge into Krishna, Krishna's Brahma Jyoti, because we consider the ultimate absolute truth to be a person only. And when it's a person, naturally there should be a relationship, personal relationship, and that relationship is eternal. The relationship with Krishna and Jiva is eternal. So based on the relationship only, the servitor, that is a Jiva, is giving a devotion service to Krishna. So he gives a service which is enjoyed by the one who is accepting the savior. Krishna is a savior, one who receives a seva. So that relationship is eternal. So the devotee always retains his individuality. So after discussing these karmis and jnanis, next verse 26 verse discusses brahmacharis and grihasthas. What is their mode of sacrifice? Brahmacharis are strictly controlling their senses. They are controlling their senses like ears. Shrotra means ears, eyes, nose, tongue, skin. These are all sense organs. They're controlling the senses so that they don't go after the sense objects like sound, form, smell, taste, and touch. These are the sense objects for the senses. And the senses always naturally always go behind these sense objects. And the brahmacharis, they restrict their senses and the hearing process, everything, control it. They don't go after these sense objects. And that is their practicing in the Brahma, in that what do you call it? Gurukula, where brahmacharis train under a spiritual master, very strict. They're very strict in their training, especially and dealing with the Mataji's ladies and all that. They're very, very strict. And the hearing process, they always listen to Harinama only. Harinama Kirtanam, Nama Sankirtanam, Nama Katha, everything restricted to Krishna Katha only. Listening, hearing, and seeing the forms of Krishna, tasting the prasadam prepared for Krishna, and embracing the devotees. That way, they are strictly controlling their senses by engaging the senses in the service of Krishna. That is brahmacharis. Grihasthas, on the other hand, they said Shabdadin Vishayan Anyaha Indriyagnishu Juhodi. So these sense objects, they are sacrificed in the fire of senses, which means the grihasthas, they have a license to enjoy the sense objects with their senses in a regulated manner. That is why you are grihastha. Otherwise, you are brahmachari. Grihastha means some enjoyment. You are earning something, and that earnings you are enjoying something. You're getting, and the highest enjoyment is yes, Maithuna. And Maithuna, that is being conducted by the system of marriage only. So marriage means is a license for the jivas to satisfy their sexual impulses in a regulated manner. So grihasthas are given this one, but otherwise there also the center point is Krishna only. They stay in the house worshipping Krishna, and in a limited way they are indulging in sense gratification for the purpose of procreation also. There is another purpose, because of what they're doing is they're creating, they are offering human forms to so many jivas. When you're producing children, it means that Atma is getting a form of a human being. So as you all know, the human form is the only form by which we can get liberated. No other form, this ability to distinguish, not there. only human form can be done. So when a grihastha is actually using this marriage is karma in a very religious manner, is actually doing a service for Krishna, because he's enabling so many jivas to get the human form, and ultimately they can go back to God. And the ultimate aim of Krishna is that all living entities which are now spread all over this 84 lakhs of species should ultimately come back to him. So grihasthas are in one way as good as a sannyasi if they are using this as per scriptures only, grihasthashrama in a very nice way, as per scriptures. So the brahmacharis and the grihasthas, they are also doing yajnas. And the third was, the 27th was, sarvanindriya karmani prana karmani chapare atma samyama yogagno jufadi jnanadipide. Others who are interested in achieving self-realization through control of the mind and senses offer the functions of all the senses and our life breath as oblations into a fire of controlled mind. Krishna is talking about yogis here, Ashtanga yogis. Ashtanga yogi is also, Ashtanga yoga is also an authorized process of self-realization, and one who is and who has the acharya of this Ashtanga yoga is Patanjali. So according to the Patanjali system of yoga, the soul are categorized into two. One is called Paragatma, another is called Pratyagatma. No, Pratyagatma means pure in nature. Paragatma is conditions by matter. Now we are, in the beginning, everybody is the Paragatma state, because we are conditioned soul, conditions. And because of conditioning, we are continuing our journey in this material world through the process of BODD. So as long as Atma remains as Paragatma, he remains as the material world. But once the Paragatma becomes Pratyagatma through the process of this yoga, Ashtanga yoga. Ashtanga yoga is Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. So here you can see that what they do is they control the air, the life airs, in such a manner, because as per this yoga, Ashtanga yoga, the Atma is immersed in 10 kinds of airs, which is actually contaminating this the nature of Atma. Contamination through the pranas, the airs, which is surrounding this the Atma. So there's a purification of air through the system of yoga, by which the air becomes, the prana becomes pure. That way, the Atma becomes pure. So according to the system, there are 10 kinds of air which is surrounding is in our body. 5 are gross in nature and 5 are subtle. So Srila Prabhupada in Bhagavatam 3rd canto is describing the 10 kinds of airs. The first one is the main air that is going through your nose. When you're breathing through their nostrils, it is called prana. And that when that air passes through the rectum as evacuated bodily air, it is called apana. Evacuation air is called apana. When you breathe, it is called prana. Evacuation is apana. The air which adjusts or digests the foodstuff inside the stomach is called samana. The air which passes through the throat, which causes, when there is obstacle in that air, we feel the suffocation. Asthmatic patient, all the suffocation is there, which passes through throat, and that is called udana. So you have prana, apana, samana, udana, and their total air which circulates throughout the body is called vyana. So prana, apana, samana, udana, and vyana, they are the main, or we can say gross airs. And there are subtle airs, like the one that is opening your eyes and mouth. Mouth, actually, according to medical science, may say that because of muscles and all this, jaws opening because of muscle action and all that. But actually, muscles, and if you see that, actually muscles are matter only. Muscles on its own cannot move. Muscles movement are enabled by actually the air, subtle air. Like eyes also, when you are moving your lids, when you're closing and opening your eyelids, it is through the work of air only. Because eyelids on its own cannot open or shut or close. And that air that enables opening of eyes and mouth, that is called naga. The air which appetites increases your appetite for more food is called krikara. The air which helps contraction is called kurma. The air is inside the lungs. When it's contracted, it's called kurma. And when you are relaxing your mouth, yawning, opening your mouth wide, normally what is called yawning. And the yawning is called, it is enabled by Devadatta. And the air which helps the sustenance is called Dhananjaya. So Naga, Krikara, Kurma, Devadatta, and Dhananjaya. These are the 5 subtle airs. So totally 10 airs are there. And the sense objects interacts with sense objects only through the help of airs only. Like tasting, touching, smelling, everything is to enable through this pranas only. And when the prana air is in a contaminated stage, there is an urgency for senses to go after the sense objects. When the airs are purified, the senses will not go after the sense objects. This is the philosophy behind this yoga, Ashtanga yoga. So when these airs are purified, the senses become purified. When the senses are purified, your mind is purified. When the mind is purified, the intelligence is purified, and everything is purified. Naturally, the soul also becomes purified. It escapes from the contamination of this matter. So this is a yoga. This is a yajna practiced by the Yoga Anjali people. That's also one of the sacrifice. So this is a nutshell, the 3 verses of today we are discussing. Any questions on this? Yes, Siddhamaji. Right, Maji? Yes.
Prabhuji, when we are doing offering bhogo prasadam to Lord, then we are saying it is in our mantra ki we are calling all the vayus, all 5. They are like prana, apana, samana, vyana, and udana. So why this? It is there in Vedas, I think. It is there in Karma Kanda. When the pujaris are coming, priests coming, and they worshipping Lord and offering prasadam, they say this.
They are saying?
About all the bios, all the pancha bios, like prana is swaha, apana is swaha, they are saying.
I see. I didn't know that.
Yes, I have the doubt. So why they are offering God like?
Maybe they are sacrificing this prana, apana, all that. No, they're actually now in the contaminated state. They are sacrificing this prana as into the bowl of Krishna so that it can be purified. And I mean, the idea behind it is okay, because we are doing the same thing. We are offering to Krishna the bowl, and then we are accepting prasadam for our purification only. So we pray to Krishna, no? We chant the names of Guru, then we chant the name of Mahaprabhu, Namo Mahadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate, Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane. Basically, what you do is you chant name of Pranam Mantra of Prabhupada first, and then you chant the name of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then Krishna. Namo Brahmani Devaya Go Brahmani Daya Cha Jagadidaya Krishna Govindaya Namo. Then you chant Hare Krishna mantra 3 times, and then you prostrate yourself, and then you pray that Krishna, please I accept these humble offerings, so that you can purify us. So please purify us. And why purify us? So that we can give you better services. So ultimately, we are looking for purification only by taking the prasadam.
Yes,
Same way, these people are sacrificing all those airs into the bhog so that these airs can be purified.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
Should be the idea. Right. Anyway, it's information for me. Thank you. So Hare Krishna. Yeah, I can render this and you can sing that Narasimha Kirtan.
Prabhuji, I can sing the Narasimha Kirtan.
Yeah, please.
Namaste Narasimhaya, Namaste Narasimhaya, Praladadayini, Hiranyakashipurvakshaha, Chilatankanakhalai, Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha, Yato Yami Tato Narsimha, Vahir Narsimha Hridaye Narsimha, Narasimha Madi Sharanam Prapadi, Abhakara Kamala Bhari Naka, Adbhuta Singam, Dalita Hiranyakashipu Bringam, Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa, Jaya Jagadish Hari, Jaya Jagadish Hari, Jaya Jagadish Hari, Jaya Narsingadev, 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 Jaya Narsingadev, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Ugrang Birang Mahavishnu
Jalam tam sarvatom
Vatinayam Grambiram Mahavishnu
Jalam tam sarvatom Narasimham
Vishambhadram Tyomukam Namam Jai Shri
Jalam tam
Narasimha
sarvatom
Jaya Mukha Padma Bringam Shri Narasimha Jai Narasimha Jai Jai Shri Praladesha Jaya
Jaya
Padma
Padma Mukha Padma Bringa
शुद्ध भक्ति विज्ञान शिकारी श्री नरसिंह देव भगवान की
Jai
वैष्णव भक्ति श्रेष्ठ पड़ा महाराज की
Jai
जय गौर प्रेमानंदे
Hari Hari Bol
वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च
पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
नंदगुड़ी वैष्णव मंदिर की जय
जय प्रभुपाद की जय
So tomorrow is Ekadashi. Happy fasting.